love this outfit.
It's ridiculous and I love it. It's a workout one-piece jumpsuit with a really slutty back and then a see-through dress that he insists is lingerie, but I just feel like can be worn. It's a dress, though. It's not
a dress.
A green dress, but not a real green dress. That's cool.
It's a dress, albeit see-through.
It is a completely see-through,
but layered, boo. I have an outfit for everything, boo.
But it can't be a dress on its own if it's completely see-through.
I have many a dress that need multiple accessories in order to make it not arrestable. And I would be a streetwalker and definitely get pulled over.
You would be pulled.
Let's just take you to jail. We don't even need any further questioning, ma'am. Like that outfit. You were either going on top of a cake at a 15-year-old Spanish girl's birthday, or you were hooking on the corner, and it is hard to tell the difference.
It's hard.
I love this card. This makes me so happy. Happy Easter. Jesus is our Lord and Savior.
Thank you for flying Christian Airlines. In the event of our emergency, suck on a Capri Sun and know that this is God's plan.
She still had the best outfit of anyone first day of pre-K.
A tiara and a superhero cape.
Bow and arrow.
They made us take that away.
That's garbage.
Your kid want a safety blanket, teddy bear, blanket to get them through the day. Like, her comfort totem is a bow and arrow and a tiara. Like, are we cool with that? They're like, yeah, there are no weapons allowed. I'm like, I don't know what kind of school you're running here.
Where do you think that comes from? Do you think it is something innate?
I think there's a type of person. The way that there are engineers and the way there are girls that love horses.
Up and down, back and forth, faster, faster.
And they walk like Jessica Rabbit to church. And you're like, boop, 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 boop. And I'm like, they are like conservative porn stars. My spirituality involves sexuality, so I am in no way dumping on this. That's a God-given human desire. I remember the first time seeing drag or just someone just done up and being like, oh, finding friends or little people that I can kiki with.
Are we having a kiki right now?
Yeah, there's a kiki,
And
kai
kai.
You don't even want to know what a cuckoo is.
Go shopping and buy ridiculous clothes. Like, it's such a vibe.
What do you think pulls people towards a certain aesthetic or a certain type of being?
And you have to see it, so it really is what you're around, but there was so much stuff I was around where I was like, oh, instantly no. I am either a hell yes or a hell no person. I don't know if you want to go real. Like, I think sometimes your past lives come through.
Started doing past life readings for people by helping them better understand their past lives within their present lives. We're able to fully bridge the past with the present and bring their past experiences to the present of the past of the present.
I think what you need, your mission here is tied into it. Like the first time I went into yoga, I was like, hell, and yeah, 15 years later, I'm a yoga teacher.
Right.
The first time I like lifted heavy and got a deadlift, I was like, oh, yeah, something lit up in me.
I don't know where that comes from.
I didn't think I was a nature person. I'll geek out over hiking with you, and then I'll watch a pumpkin documentary and learn about gourds and be like, this is so fascinating.
Sit here in this pumpkin patch and you'll see the great pumpkin with your own eyes.
Different things light it up, and that's what's so cool about the way we live our lives and exposing and just open-ended and open-mindedly going into. You're into birds? Tell me all about it.
The bird's name was Birdie.
I'm an old person now. I dig antiquing.
I found at the Paris flea market where I go every week.
I'm a nature person now. I love drag though, and I wear see-through dress. It's not where it comes from me. I guess for me it's like the divine, because it's also, I feel like, how I'm supposed to help people. So it always feels right to me. Being allowed, like, the person who can talk and be an idiot, like, that works for this. The way I vibe out in yoga when I have people in the room, like, I'm supposed to do that.
Right.
there's something, it's like, it's bigger than me. I was watching this Lenny Kravitz Architectural Digest. That man is so, just gives me chills. Like, articulation, he's so poignant and humble and creative, and he was saying that he's basically just an antenna. Your job as an artist is to keep your vibration up so you're receptive and pure for an antenna, the universe that's bigger than you. Like, let God speak through you and your art and what you do.
When you're an artist, to be able to continually be inspired, you have to continually recreate so that you can be vibrating at the frequency you need to be able to pick up the things that you're being transmitted. I'm just an antenna, you know. I don't do this. It comes to me.
I have these weird talents, but I'm also an introvert, and I want to be in my 9, but I want to wear a 40-inch lace wig and go places, and I also want to be by myself in nature, but I want to be around a drum troupe, friends, and artists. And I have just found when you listen to yourself, but keep your vibe up, like, this is how I connect to people and how I'm supposed to. The way I've reached and touched people through training, through yoga, and hopefully now through this, because I've been touched by it and I'd like to do that. It's just cool as balls. I'll never be as poignant.
It's being elegant, sophisticated, but with soul.
It's just cool as balls.
It is very interesting to see what, I guess, vibrates with people, what draws them in, what pushes them away, why that is, when it starts.
Yeah. What repels you is really fascinating too. Ooh, is that instinct or was something done to you? Because there have been things where I'm like, totally trust that, and some stuff's like, there is resistance there, but I've learned so much by bumping up against it and questioning it. And like, oh, that comes from this place, and I can work through it.
How do you think you know when you should push into a resistance or move away from it?
I can authentically feel it. There's a hell no in me that I trust, and my physical body will feel it, like every sense in me. There is no confusing it. But then there's a resistance where I circumambulate.
Right.
And I'll want something and not want something.
You waited, I mean, you kind of walked around this for a whole lot of time.
I talked about wanting to go on YouTube for years, but I was convinced, like, well, I'm a yoga teacher and I'm a personal training, so I have to teach videos like that. Like, that's what you do. Oh, but talking about the resistance. So for me, there's like, why is the resistance here? Because it's like, it wasn't right. And it was such a good lesson to listen about my authenticity.
I think the only person I've heard put it in a term that wasn't kind of woo-woo is Kurt Vonnegut when he talks about the karas, this grouping or this thing that speaks to you on some level that you're not quite conscious about. And he was kind of like the least woo-woo kind of guy in the world. I mean, he was pretty much the ultimate curmudgeon.
No, there is a reluctant woo-woo. I believe in energy, and you are there and you feel it and you know what's up, but your logic and you're like, nah, and you're like,
well, I think he had to rename it. You know, he had to make something cognitive out of it, because I don't think men are comfortable accepting things in a non-cognitive, non-verbal kind of way. We're not good at kind of living in feelings or living in our body or living in a vibe.
Why not?
I don't know. Because we got dicks?
What are you comfortable with?
Doing stuff?
Action.
Yeah, like tinkering with stuff.
That makes sense.
And not talking. We're very comfortable not talking. I'm just not a blah blah kind of guy.
Coming at your mouth with your blah blah blah.
I just want to do stuff.
Doing it and doing it and doing it well.
I just kind of want to progress through my life and not be verbal about it. I think that's a reasonable way to be.
We need different things in this world.
Right.
We need the two different spaces.
Right.
One where I can blab and kiki and be in my emotions and be like, what do you mean you can't feel inside your body and live in your emotions? Like, what? That's a Tuesday for me, boo. Like, what? And you're like, action
Right.
and that. And I'm like, we need both. Both of these, the spectrum of energies should be a beautiful thing. And we can be in awe of each other and learn from the others too, because I like being in silence as well, but I have to work at it.
Right.
That's why yoga works for me, because I need 50 minutes of movement to get to 10 minutes of stillness
Right.
and shavasana. Because when I meditate cold, I get a panic attack. But if I work my body out and just kick my ass, I can start to attune my mind and my body as one. Yoga, union, yoking, union with self. And then that 10 minutes of silence where you can connect and go deeper is really how I do it.
Yeah, I think women are, on average, able to kind of connect to a nonverbal spirituality and kind of find the things they're attuned to, find the things that they're repulsed by, and feel it out honestly. Where I think guys really have to work it out in rules and in verbally and in concepts before they can give themselves permission to follow that. You know, like a guy like Kurt Vonnegut, he lived a very woo-woo life. He went into a slaughterhouse on a Monday and he came out and the whole city was just dust. Like a whole city of people gone overnight. And I don't think you experience something like that and not it's not just
It
the trauma of
changes
it.
you.
Like,
He was just PTSD sublimation into writing.
What's the symbology there?
he was such a great artist. I mean, he had to be attuned to something.
Vibrating at the frequency you need to be able to pick up the things that you're being transmitted. I'm just an antenna.
But it's so funny because I've been reading a lot of Ursula Le Guin. Ursula Le Guin.
What a good name!
I know, names on top of names.
Ursula Le Guin.
Ursula Le Guin. If Kurt Vonnegut is my uncle, Ursula Le Guin is my aunt. And she is so attuned.
I'm just an antenna.
She writes a lot about political and economic and psychological systems, but from a feeling aspect.
What do you mean you can't feel inside your body and live in your emotions? Like, what? That's a Tuesday for me, boo.
Every moment in her stories is working towards the central idea and vibe. Vonnegut, like, is just wandering around in the woods, and somehow he always finds his way out. I think Cat's Cradle is his best book because it's his shortest. Like, it's the best edited book he
It's
ever.
the most approachable.
Yes, and he's on mission. Right. He always is trying to distill these kind of spiritual ideas into weird science. Like to
explain it, to logic his way out of it.
He's trying to logic his way out of his own soul, and he's fighting it so hard.
I know. I see so many people do it.
Yeah.
To try to explain their way out of it. And I'm like, cool, like, I'm gonna let you have it, because it is something not to be forced, and if you're not there, baby, you're not there.
You can also be in a state where you could see it, but you don't wanna.
Yeah.
And you gotta work real hard to run away from it.
Yeah.
And it gets more ridiculous the longer you run from it.
God's like, yo, we can do this all day. I can put you in a whale and bring you back and have you fight. Like,
right, yeah, exactly.
Everyone in the Bible ran away. I got a mission from you.
Cool.
Every dude was like, I'm out. And he's like, cool, I'm gonna get a whale, a burning bush. Like, I'm God. I'm gonna sit back. You got the free will. I'm gonna let you have a few.
I'm gonna let you have it.
And then I'm gonna have a whale swallow you and bring you to where I want. Like, God. So I feel like God has been subtle with me, and sometimes I listen again, and sometimes he's like, I guess it bears repeating.
Jonah had about 50 times where he just bumped into somebody and was like, you should go home. Finally, it's like, all right, I'm going to send you a whale. Are you going to ignore that?
And what?
And now what?
You don't want to listen? Cool.
How about I have you swallowed by a whale?
I'm going to show you better than I can tell you. I'm going to show you better than I can tell you. A motherfucking whale.
I want you to get there on your own.
Yeah, God's like, I whisper.
I whisper. I don't raise my voice. I don't need to.
But when it needs to be like, yo girl, the spirit guides are like, no.
Sir? Sir, are you listening to me, sir? Sir, I'm talking to you. Sir.
I think too many people treat the spiritual side of life as yet another thing to engage in recreationally.
Practice competitive spirituality. Judging other people to be less spiritual than you makes you a better person than them.
It's not for tourists. It's not for your pleasure.
No.
The proper response is to freak out and run.
You run, girl.
If you're running to it, it's not for you. If you're running from it, that is the proper response.
That's a call from God. It's never at the right time. It's never what you want to do. It's never relaxing, easy. It's brutal, and it's ugly, and it's hard as balls, and it is not a straight line.
No.
And it is going to make you question yourself.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
And that dark night of the soul is spiritual growth.
Being ultra spiritual has nothing to do with actually being spiritual, because no one even knows what that actually is.
And you dig into your shadow self. And that is why you examine yourself first.
Yeah.
And that is where the resistance come in. It's that mirror first. And then you're like, okay, I'm right in myself, or I got right. I wasn't acting right. I got my head on. And now I can address the other issue, the other person, the other resistance. Like, okay, it's okay for a person, place, or thing. I can have a noun not work for me and still be fine. Like, I can just pick up and move my little body over here.
Run, Forrest, run!
Sometimes I need to stick it out. And when I have held up the mirror and been like, no, you got to work through this. You are here, so it is difficult. This is the challenge. This is the growth. This is the learning. It hurts to walk away sometimes.
I'm a little bit hurt, but a lot more free.
It hollows you out. Like, that's the thing. That's the whole point of searching for something spiritual. It's the death of the ego. It's all the things you want being hollowed out so that you can be a conduit for something better. Like you were saying with Lenny Kravitz, like you're just trying to get on the frequency to transmit.
You are a conduit, and I think if you want to call yourself a healer or a teacher, you need to realize you are a conduit in some way.
An artist, like anything.
That comes from something bigger than you.
I'm just an antenna, I don't do this. It comes to me.
Honor that.
With your heart, with your spirit.
And then when you think about the personality types of the worst people, what is the thing that all evil, rotten people have in common?
Money, power, respect.
Money, power, respect. Eating right. Money, power, respect. Sleep at night.
Well, what's the personality trait? What if narcissist. If you had to say one word that describes every who's ever been.
Well, the opposite of self-reflection.
And what is narcissism but worship of the ego?
Yeah, and it's immediately someone else's fault. All the time, there is no self-reflection.
And your wants and need, like the opposite of being hollowed out to be a conduit, is to be a massive ego that forces what you want into the world. Yeah. That is literally the opposite of the divine. is an inflated ego versus a deflated ego. Like, I think that's the main difference between being hollowed out and letting something beautiful go through you and being an uncarved, being a block where nothing else can grow.
I heard this beautiful line today that was, prayer is talking to God, meditating is listening to him.
I think that's a very wise way to think of it.
And I thought, I'm really good at prayer. I'm really bad at meditating.
Right.
I need to work on my listening.
It's hard to listen to God. God whispers and often tells you things you don't want to hear, you don't want to admit, and you don't want to do.
Hey, they've suffered enough.
Keep that popcorn chicken coming, Colonel.
God's always asking you to do shit that's not fun.
I know. The other stuff is so much more
And
instantaneously
easy.
fun.
But the big man downstairs wouldn't like it.
Get me a coffee.
Yes, sir.
Next thing you know, you're in a fucking whale's asshole, being like, okay, what? Can I go up through the mouth, please?
Yeah, at least pick the exit,
Can I
but I
please?
got it.
Like, I feel like if Jonas said no again, he'd go up the other way.
You have HR?
The minions
it would be an honor to be by either of you.
Because we are always evaluating what is given to us and finding it wanting.
You have been weighed, you have been measured, and you have been found wanting.
My need was, I like this, I instantly want more.
Give me more. And it's weird because you interject some darkness into a beautiful moment. It becomes wanting because it's not as much as you want it to be.
You have been found wanting.
The moments come and they're perfect in themselves, but then you're like, no, I want another perfect moment.
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
And now that moment has a little shadow on it because it's not enough. You have deemed it insufficient in some way for your needs, for your wants. And we all do it. More of that, please.
Thank you, sir. May I have another? Thank you, sir. May I have another?
Rather than thank you for that.
Thanks, I hate it. No, you're never satisfied.
Recognize that this is a desire. Desires aren't necessarily bad.
I want you to want me.
Right.
Back to meditation, label and let go, which is very much seeing yourself wanting more.
Right.
Label it so you have the recognition and let it go.
There's only one thing more boring than hearing yourself talk about your meditation practice, and that's hearing other people talk about theirs.
You having that thought, instead of it being bad, shined a light on how you get back to appreciation for yourself.
And you can do that. You can sit and kind of watch the thoughts and feelings and desires and expectations and all that shit just come and go. You don't have to comment.
Mother Teresa could definitely take Gandhi in a cage fight. If I had the climbing ability of a monkey and the aggression of a honey badger, just think of what I could do.
And then observe yourself observing. You can just kind of watch them all coming and going.
Observe yourself observing. It is one of the hardest things. I still run from it in meditation. As someone who's very in their body, I have such a physical reaction to the mental realizations of that sometimes. And that's the resistance where I'm like, well, girl, dig. You want to run? Oh, perfect. This is what you worked for.
Right.
Is your skin crawling? Are you tearing up? Is this scary? Is this hard? Yes.
My left leg is numb. I have shooting pain in my right hip. This knee feels like it's burning. So much better this way. I'm at the brink of nirvana.
Appreciate the out of this right now. This pain, this unknowing, this freak out, like it has led to some of my best.
And then we got in there and it was like, oh,
there is a sensation and a thought, and I can have this recognition in a moment where I'm like, ooh, girl, no. Your resistance is exactly, we are helping you with,
Right.
You should be repelled by that, and know your exits, girl. Know your exits.
What does that mean, know your exits?
I grew up with someone from SWAT. Before you enter, know your exits. Before you park, face the way you exit, because this is the calm moment. You're walking into an unknown scenario, and you need to know where your keys are in your left pocket. Your car is facing the south entrance. You can be on the highway in 1 minute. Oh, that door has an alarm. That door is locked. This door faces a glare. You're going to be looking at the sun when you come out. Then proceed to go a little deeper with it. Know your emotional exits.
But
Yeah.
emotionally, it could still be an interesting lesson.
So know your exits upon entry.
Know your exits, my love.
You gotta know your colors. I hear it in the voice of the 8 because my dad's ridiculous and I have a little resentment. So the Cher movie Mermaids, where the Avon lady comes and the Avon lady coming and be like, you gotta know your colors, darling.
Know your colors and know your fabrics. That's what I tell all my little girls.
So sometimes the passive aggressive little girl in me that rethinks moments with my dad, I transpose the Avon lady from that movie. I can see her in my mind. Cher's there, Winona's there, Christina's there, Richie, like all 3 of them giving me support. Like, know your colors and know your exits. So when I have a little flashback from childhood that I don't like, and I'm like, what's the biggest fuck you and most, like, what would make this man blow a gasket, like being compared to a makeup woman doing Cher's makeup in Mermaids, like with that like Jersey voice. Yeah,